Paramaribo, Montepora, Kinshasa, and Tangier.
This is WRMI, Okeechobee, Florida.
The commercial shortwave station in the USA.
You are listening to Satanic Shortwave. The purpose of this radio broadcast is to define what Satanism is, and what Satanism is not. This radio broadcast does not represent the Church of Satan in any official capacity. To learn more about Satanism, visit churchofsatan.com. For listeners of this broadcast, you may send your reception reports and comments to satanicshortwave@yahoo.com. That is Satanic Shortwave at yahoo.com. Remember, Satanists are born, not made. And Satanism demands study, not worship. Satanism is not devil worship. Again, the purpose of this radio broadcast is to define what Satanism is, and what Satanism is not. I am a member of the Church of Satan, but this broadcast does not officially represent the Church of Satan. The best place to learn about Satanism and the Church of Satan is churchofsatan.com. That is churchofsatan.com. You can also find an active Twitter account under the name Church of Satan. You are encouraged to read the FAQ page on churchofsatan.com. Use the website to answer your own questions before sending any email to the Church of Satan. This radio broadcast is the first of its kind. There has never been on shortwave radio a regularly scheduled broadcast to define what Satanism is. An international radio broadcast to clear up all this nonsense about devil worship. Satanism is not for everyone, but if it is for you, we welcome you. We are not a fan club, a pen pal society, or a lonely hearts group. We are a group of dynamic individuals who stand forth as the ultimate underground alternative, the alien elite. We realize what we have, what we are, and what we shall become. Our scope is unlimited, and the extent of your involvement is based upon your own potential. In recent years, we've wasted far too much time explaining that Satanism has nothing to do with kidnapping, drug abuse, child molestation, animal or child sacrifice, or any number of other acts that idiots, hysterics, or opportunists would like to credit us with. Satanism is a light-loving, rational philosophy that millions of people adhere to. The 9 satanic statements. 1. Satan represents indulgence instead of abstinence. 2. Satan represents vital existence instead of spiritual pipe dreams. 3. Satan represents undefiled wisdom instead of hypocritical self-deceit. 4. Satan represents kindness to those who deserve it instead of love wasted on ingrates. 5. Satan represents vengeance instead of turning the other cheek. 6. Satan represents responsibility to the responsible instead of concern for psychic vampires. 7. Satan represents man as just another animal, sometimes better, or often worse than those that walk on all fours who, because of his so-called divine spiritual and intellectual development, has become the most vicious animal of all. 8. Satan represents all of the so-called sins, as they all lead to physical, mental, or emotional gratification. 9. Satan has been the best friend the church has ever had, as he has kept it in business all these years. The 11 satanic rules of the earth. 1. Do not give opinions or advice unless you are asked. 2. Do not tell your troubles to others unless you are sure they want to hear them. 3. When in another's lair, show him respect or else do not go there. 4. If a guest in your lair annoys you, treat him cruelly and without mercy. 5. Do not make sexual advances unless you are given the mating signal. 6. Do not take that which does not belong to you unless it is a burden to the other person and he cries out to be relieved. 7. Acknowledge the power of magic if you have employed it successfully to obtain your desires. If you deny the power of magic after having called upon it with success, you will lose all you have obtained. 8. Do not complain about anything to which you need not subject yourself. 9. Do not harm little children. 10. Do not kill non-human animals unless you are attacked or for your food. 11. When walking in open territory, bother no one. If someone bothers you, ask him to stop. If he does not stop, destroy him. The 9 satanic sins. 1. Stupidity. The top of the list for satanic sins. The cardinal sin of Satanism. It's too bad that stupidity isn't painful. Ignorance is one thing, but our society thrives increasingly on stupidity. It depends on people going along with whatever they are told. The media promotes a cultivated stupidity as a posture that is not only acceptable but laudable. Satanists must learn to see through the tricks and cannot afford to be stupid. 2. Pretentiousness. Empty posturing can be most irritating and isn't applying the cardinal rules of lesser magic. On equal footing with stupidity for what keeps the money in circulation these days. Everyone's made to feel like a big shot, whether they can come up with the goods or not. 3. Solipsism. Can be very dangerous for Satanists. Projecting your reactions, responses, and sensibilities onto someone who is probably far less attuned than you are. It is the mistake of expecting people to give you the same consideration, courtesy, and respect that you naturally give them. They won't. Instead, Satanists must strive to apply the dictum of do unto others as you do unto you. It's work for most of us and requires constant vigilance lest you slip into a comfortable illusion of everyone being like you. As has been said, certain utopias would be ideal in a nation of philosophers, but unfortunately, or perhaps